Hi there, this is going to be kind of a mailbag episode about Uncat. I'm going to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we get from customers. So first off, when I sign up for Uncat and I want to invite my clients, do the clients need to have a login to QuickBooks Online or Xero or QuickBooks Desktop? The answer is no. All you have to do is send them an email invitation, and that email invitation from Uncat will contain a magic link, and they'll just click on that magic link to come straight into their Uncat dashboard. They don't need to create a login. They don't need to create a password. They don't need to download an app. So super easy. All right, next one up. How many transactions will sync into Uncat? The answer is unlimited. By default, Uncat will sync back 1 year from the date that you connect the client. If you need to go back farther than that, like to the beginning of a calendar year or multiple years, if you're doing a cleanup, just let us know and we can change that date value and send it back in time a little bit further. But by default, it will go back 1 calendar year from the date that you connect the client. Okay, types of transactions that we support, pretty much all of them. Let us know if you encounter something that doesn't sync over into Uncat that you'd like to see, but otherwise you're going to see purchases, bills, sales receipts, journal entries, deposits, etc. So you will see anything uncategorized will come in to Uncat that you designate in the accounts in client settings. So you choose which accounts are going to sync into Uncat, and we'll do the rest. What if I have a question for my client about a transaction? There's a little chat icon next to each transaction in Uncat, and you can type in a question or comment, and that will show up in the client's dashboard. They can reply, they can ask questions, make comments back to you, and it'll show up on your dashboard. That way you have a record of comments, questions that you have about any given transaction. Okay, when do clients get notified about uncategorized transactions? They get notified automatically by Uncat on the schedule that you define in client settings. So by default, they'll get notified on Monday every week. If you want them to get notified on a different day of the week, or you want them to get notified daily, which is pretty unusual, but sometimes for a high volume e-commerce client, you might choose daily, or monthly for a lower volume client where you only want them to receive communications monthly, that's fine. But weekly seems to work the best because clients can remember what the transaction was for. It's a normal cadence, and we will only notify the client if there are uncategorized transactions that need their attention in their dashboard. Okay, let's see. Can you invite users under the client? Of course you can. How many can you invite? As many as you want. So sometimes it's just the business owner that you want to invite to Uncat. Sometimes it might be the owner and 5 or 10 vice presidents. You can invite all of them. You can even assign them to specific payment accounts. You can assign them to specific uncategorized accounts. And all that is in client settings. Additional question about clients. What can I allow a client to do in Uncat? By default, the client can update the description of a transaction and optionally upload a receipt. But if you want to give them the ability to see more fields, edit more fields, even categorize transactions, you can do all that in client settings. It's fully customizable for each individual client. Another question, can you white label Uncat? Can you co-brand it? Absolutely. You can put the name of your firm's logo, and you can change the color of Uncat to match your brand colors, and that's all in the firm settings of Uncat. What if you want to deal with transactions in bulk? You can simply select multiple transaction rows in the dashboard, and then there's an actions menu at the top left of the dashboard, and you can choose to hide multiple transactions or categorize them all the same way, or assign a class to multiple transactions at a time, a vendor, tax, customer, etc. So lots of options in that actions drop-down menu so you can knock out your work quickly. How does Uncat deal with the bank feed? So first of all, an item, a transaction needs to be reconciled from the bank feed into an account in QuickBooks Online or Xero or QuickBooks Desktop in order for Uncat to sync it into Uncat. Beyond that, if there's information in the description field from the bank feed, we will put that underneath the description field in Uncat. That way it's visible, but nobody, including the client, will accidentally modify or delete it. It will stay as is. Any description added by the client and or by you will sync into your accounting platform and be separated from the bank feed information by a delimiter. We use //uncat//. Okay, can you apply tax to a transaction? You certainly can. There's a tax toggle switch for US organizations. If you're in Canada or UK or Australia or elsewhere and you have multiple tax rates, you can choose those from a drop-down menu in Uncat. and apply them. They'll sync through to the accounting software. Just make sure you have the setting correct for whether you want the tax to be inclusive or exclusive of that transaction. And we have a knowledge base video and article about that on our website in our tutorials section. What else? That's probably it for now. Last question is, does Uncat have a free trial? Of course we do. You can click to sign up from our website. It's a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. You can invite as many clients as you want, as many client users as you want. And of course, you can add as many colleagues, coworkers inside your firm that you work with as you want, and you can assign clients to those particular coworkers. So it's easy to get started. Kick the tires of Uncat, get feedback from your clients. We hope you love it, and we think it's going to save you a lot of time. All right, thanks for watching.